Hello and welcome everyone to the 28th episode of SUMMMIT Live. We are slightly delayed this morning or this afternoon, depending on where you are, because we had little sound issues, so bear with us. We're working with just one microphone today, and hope you enjoy the show and you can hear it. I have as my co-host today Marc Becker, our National Sales Director.
Hi there.
Hello there. And of course we have Rocco, our office dog, who will be on the camera a little later on today. In fact, he'll be on camera right now. He's doing what he does best. Today we have a very interesting episode. We do not have any guests. We're going to talk to you a little bit today about who SUMMMIT is and what makes us different in our industry. With that, let me turn over to Marc and get you started.
Well, the company's been around since 2003, and we've grown and we've morphed since then, as every company does. But with SUMMMIT Live, we've been talking to different guests, highlighting their businesses, and we thought we'd go back and highlight our own, blow our own horn a little bit, and let you know why you should work with SUMMMIT if you're not working with us already, and some of the things that we do that are a little bit different. Dave Numark started this company by finding products that were different, and we are going to talk about some of the products today briefly, just highlighting some of the things that make us unique. But before we talk about product, we thought we'd like to talk about the company a little bit and tell you how we think we do things differently on the inside to help you. We've always talked about service being the biggest part of the company.
Correct. You hear in real estate how location is the very most important thing. In our business, it's service. We can have the best products in the world, but if we cannot answer your questions quickly and honestly, then our service is no good and we are no good. So service, we pride ourselves on that, so much that we have put in some of the best technology that we can. If you leave us a voicemail, for instance, on our phone, it will convert to a voice message on our cell phones, and we will respond literally within minutes.
And the person doing that doesn't have to press any special buttons or have any knowledge on their end. It's set up so that just happens.
Right. Now that's very basic technology, but believe it or not, it's not commonly done. And in our business, it's just floor coverings you hear. It's not life and death, but when you have budgets and you have deadlines, and if you don't move in on time and there's all these penalties, well then you have problems. So we do believe that in certain cases, floor coverings is life and death, at least to us.
Well, I always look at it like this. Nobody ever called me to see how my day is going. If someone calls me, they need something, and somebody needs something from them. So when you call, we want to be available. And that phone recording, forwarding of messages is one aspect. The other thing that makes us kind of unique in how fast we can respond is that we're a big enough company, but we're not too big that we can't service properly. So if you need something and it's a Sunday afternoon and you forgot to get something ready for your client Monday morning, when you reach out and you leave that voice forwarded message, either David or myself will call you back. Doesn't matter that it's Sunday, we're going to call you back because you're not asking us how's the weather, you need something.
That's true. Now, this COVID disaster that we're still living through has changed the way in which we can get information to you. We have built this studio that you see. Thank you again to TPG Architects for that, and Elizabeth Jimenez for designing this. But this studio is here so that we can help you help your clients. This is an educational studio. We have a light box, which you will see later, which gives you a real visible, accurate coloration, and
you can read colors and you can see
you can read colors in the textures very well.
It's not like looking at a website. It's really like looking at a product at the end of your arm.
Right, and
yeah, there's four high def cameras in here, and it makes product realistic. So when you can't, even if you can't see your client, if you're a designer working, you can call us and say, "Can you help me show something to my client?" And we can pipe you and your client into our studio, and we can show the products while you talk to your client. We're just we're working for you. We're just moving samples around while you give your presentation to your client.
Right, and we do offer this for everybody. With this, I'd like to take just a brief moment and introduce you to Alan Smith. He's our market segment manager. That's him, Alan. He's the producing today. He is behind the board. And Alan, if you switch back one more time to yourself, you will see the light box right behind Alan, which he will be utilizing shortly.
Yeah, other things we've done have been to set up 2 warehouse locations. When I first joined, David, we had warehousing in Georgia, and we had a few samples in our office. And we've grown to the point that we could service people faster, and we could hold product for ongoing users, depending on where they were in the country and how fast things had to be done, or depending on if labor had to be done before something was shipped. If somebody needed their carpet that we stock for them cut into an area rug, for example, we can do that here. So now we have warehousing in Georgia and in New Jersey.
Right, and in this location, which is our headquarters in Whippany, New Jersey, we have approximately a 14,000 square foot space. Our warehouse occupies a solid 10,000 square feet of that, with very high ceilings of, I think they're 22 or 23 feet high ceilings. And with that, we were talking about service. And service, this operation, without Steve in hand, our operations manager, would not be as service oriented as we are. Steve was going to be with us today on the program, but he is actually too busy. Now that's no surprise, and he gave us a look right before we came on today and said, if you don't mind, I'm a little busy. So I just would like to bring attention to the fact that Steve Hand is our operations manager, who does a fantastic job and will join us at another time.
And not just that, but Steve will come in if it needs to be 5 a.m. Steve will be here at 5 a.m. If he stays here until 9:30 at night, he stays till 9:30 at night. He makes sure that people's needs are met. And when goods are packaged, the worst thing in the world is for you to get a sample that the box was open and it got rained on, or in this case, in this year, maybe snowed on. Samples can get damaged, corners can get damaged if we're shipping a tile. Steve really goes overboard in packaging to make sure that the quality of the product arrives.
Yes, and just so you know, it's not like that Steve needs to be here at 7:30 in the morning and 9:30 at night. Steve wants to be here. And I have to apologize to his wife, who may be watching this show today, Cindy. I promise you, it has nothing to do with the demands of from me and Mark. Steve just is very happy in the office. I think you know that.
Well,
and
he likes to
he's
make
just
sure
a little
that
bit.
he likes to make sure that every incoming email is taken care of right away.
Right.
And that's a really good thing. So we appreciate that, Steve. Thank you very much.
And Steve is also the most knowledgeable in our office about installation and labor, and we certainly do rely on his expertise regularly.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times somebody's called me to say, I'm on the job site right now and I'm having an issue. And I know our products. I don't know anything about the installation. I mean, a little bit, not much. So we get Steve on the phone, and having one person who has labor knowledge talk to another resolves issues right there.
And before we go into certain other things that make SUMMMIT special, which is, we're just going to touch on some of the products, I want to tell you about a very special person whose name is Tawani Ferrer Silva, and now her last name is Danza. She just got married. Congratulations to Tawani. She is in this country for approximately 5 years. She is from Brazil. I could not live anymore without her in this company. She is great. She's the one that checks on every order from the moment you place it to the moment it's received. She's double checking quantities and styles and colors and making sure everything goes. And first thing in the morning she does is get in touch with everybody and lets them know the status of their shipments. She does a whole lot more than that.
But that's a key thing, because prior to Tawani taking on that responsibility, we had phone calls all day long. We're importing for you project by project in many cases. This is not something that you're going to receive in 3 days out of Georgia often. And people used to have to call up here and say, where's my order, blah, 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 all the time. Tawani, first thing in the morning, she'll send out emails. Your product has left the factory floor. Your product is en route. Your product is at the port. Your product is on a truck, and here is the tracking number of the domestic trucking company.
And unfortunately, there are times that she has to say, I'm sorry, but U.S. Customs has flagged for whatever reason, this container, it's in inspection right now, and not everything is rosy with importations, especially during this COVID era. There are a lot of ports that are closed or become closed.
Well,
or
there's
shortages of
that's the big thing.
employees.
They're clogged up. Employees
Yeah.
have COVID, they have to quarantine, and things
Yeah.
are slowed down. But Tawani, make sure that you know so that you can inform everyone
Right.
involved in the project and keep your project management on track.
So those are two of the people behind the scenes. Steve, who would have come on camera, and Tawani, who is afraid of the camera, but we need them both very desperately. So let's talk about what else makes SUMMMIT differently. We hit on service, which again is really the number one thing, but our products are very special.
Yeah, we are, and we'd like to show you just a couple of products to highlight what I meant earlier when I said we look for products. David has always looked for products that have some kind of unique aspect to them. And we always start with the example of rubber. Most companies can sell you inexpensive black recycled rubber. Smells like the car tires it was made from. And you can get a little color fleck, but it's a very institutional looking product. What we've done, and David behind this particular product called Rubberazzo, is made a rubber towel that looks just like terrazzo. And there are 36 standard colors. You can also create your own color combinations on the color conductor that we set up on the website.
And that's another thing. We, just to interrupt if I may, our color conductor is available for anyone, whether it's the architect, the designer, the end user, anyone to work with to develop their own coloration or their own schemes. You can mix and match different colors, you can create borders, there's a lot of things, but Rubberazzo in particular, you can take these particular speckles and change them, you can change the background, you can do anything like that. So rubber is a very, very important part of what we do and what we sell. Our products are not typical at all. These are used not just in gyms, but in many commercial and residential environments.
Yeah, we're doing about 6,000 square feet right now for an office project. And again, the service is there. You don't have to know about how thick do I need the rubber to be. You tell us about the application, we'll make the recommendations. The other thing we've done with rubber is we've added a process that we call two-step. If you can see that, that is a recycled backing on a decorative face. So if you have a large project, our decorative rubber is a little more expensive than recycled rubber. If you want to control the budget, the larger the project is, the more you can save by having us put a thinner coat of decorative rubber on a thicker coat of, or a thicker base of recycled rubber, and once installed, only the decorative portion shows.
That's correct, and there's another reason that we do that. Sometimes you have to meet an adjacent area. Let's just say there's wood outside of let's say you're doing a gym and then you're meeting at the doorway where there's wood, and you have to build up. Well, no one wants to feel the floor slope up as you get to it. So what's another way? Well, you could put down plywood for sure, but then you have a little bit of a hard sound, and it's not the most comfortable thing in the world. Or we can do a two-step product where we use a recycled rubber base. And as Mark said, we factory laminate the EPDM, the colorful rubber to it. That's all you see is the colorful rubber. You don't see the black car tire recycled part. But that gives you a much thicker product, which is much better for sound dampening, for comfort, for resiliency, for comfort. And it also gives you the height. And we can do this all the way up to, if I'm not mistaken, 32 millimeters, which is over an inch thick.
So as far as rubber goes, that's a little bit different and unique. We can move on to show you a couple other products. As everyone knows, we work with Object Carpet out of Germany. Object makes this product called Freestyle, which most of you know, and the reason I'm flashing this product in particular is because this is a recycled PET woven product that's printed carpet tiles, a little bit different. Also, the printing doesn't require any water, so there's no extra energy needed to clean the product. They're lightweight, so they're inexpensive to ship, good for the planet, but you have such a tight woven product here that it's really more like a resilient floor than it is carpet. It's got the sound dampening of carpet, but the ease of maintenance and the longevity of hard surface flooring.
And without getting into it, it's not meant for outdoors, but believe me, if it gets wet, water does tend to roll right off of this particular
it is
product.
very tight. And,
Yeah.
And,
Now,
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, I was just wondering, and I'm hoping that the audience hears us because we're on one mic today. I've got the thumbs up from Alan that he thinks the sound is working. Sorry again for the delay this morning.
So something else, we're not going to go through the entire object carpet line today, but something else interesting is their form collection. Form allows you to create your own patterns. There are standard patterns within this folder, but you can create your own patterns, and you can do it on a silk-like cut pile. You can do it on a regular cut pile. You can do this in broadloom. You can do this in tiles. You can do this on a woven carpet. There's the high-def camera showing you what the studio can do. And you can also do it on a structured loop, which we have 2 woven pieces, but you can do a loop pile as well. So if you want to create your own pattern, maybe you like something that you found in a wall fabric, you want it on the floor, we can do that with object carpet. Those are just 2 of object's unique products.
And you know, we're on a limited schedule today, so we're not going to talk to you about everything that we have and everything that we do, but Object Carpet is certainly one of our greatest worldwide suppliers. They are very, very well known and prestigious in the world. We've had the good fortune of working with Object Carpet for the last, I guess it's about 10 years or so, or something like that, and we love them. They're very good people. They make a great product. Let's go on to something completely different. Let's talk about turf.
Yeah, we've talked about turf in the past, and we'd like to show you in our light box what makes our turf really different. Our turf is the most realistic turf you'll see because there are actually numerous green colors and numerous brown dead grass colors to give you the look of real grass. If we take that off of the close up in the light box and you just look at a sample, you'll see it really looks very much like grass.
Yeah, it does. And you know, the weird thing about this particular product, and the truth of the matter is, we brought this product in almost as a lark, almost as a joke. And we firmly believe that we were responsible for solving all of California's droughts. Just so you know,
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome, California. We brought in this product because we thought we would potentially be able to use this indoor-outdoor product, not just indoors, but outdoors and in California as well. And no sooner did we bring this product in and start marketing that the floodgates opened up in California, and the drought has since ended.
Right.
But this particular product is called Grassland 30. We have other products that are available in all sorts of fun colors: pink, yellow, blue, greens. I don't know if we have any samples of them here with us in the studio right now. Oh, we do. We do. I'm going to reach for one right under Rocco. And I'll ask Alan, if you would, to just take a look at these particular. In my left hand is the pink version, and here's a purple version. Now, this is not for everybody, but think about retail spaces, think about hospitality spaces, a place like that, something different. That's what we are. We're a company that provides different, unique products that you're not going to find every day by going to the local massive stores here.
Right, and moving along to continue to show you the breadth of differentiation that we offer is Benson, who specializes in Denmark and low-profile woven products. And this particular product is called Delta. Delta is available in broadloom and tiles. And what makes that really unique is that these tiles are wool carpet tiles. Is that right? Wool?
Wool.
Dave laughs at me the way I say wool, but wool carpet tiles are kind of unique, and these are not handmade where they're $200 a square foot. These are very affordable wool carpet tiles that'll fit the budget for most projects. So that is something unique from Benson.
Van Bissau is one of the oldest manufacturers in the world. They are from Holland, the Netherlands, and they make very unique products that are knitted, something called Rochelle knitting, which is extraordinarily durable. Mark has a product, 1406, that has somebody's notes in there.
This is a wool product, and the way Dave's talking about knitted, the way it was explained to me was, if you picture a dozen people doing crochet, like knit one, purl two, I think is what my grandmother used to say. Picture a machine doing that, or over and over again, machine woven. But Van Bissau takes it further. They also offer deeply saturated colors in wool that you don't really see in other places. You see whites and off-whites. Here you have one of the truest navy blues in the market. You have deeply saturated jewel tones, and options that you just don't find everywhere else. The other unique thing that Vambasau offers is that they make cotton woven carpet, loop piles and cut piles. But if you look at the line and you look on our website, anything that starts with the number 3 is cotton. Why is that important?
Cotton's important. I'm glad you asked that. Cotton is important because there are many people, we'll say, that are just allergic to things. They could be allergic to wool, they could be allergic to even the dust that formulates on wood flooring. But cotton is a natural fiber, and we have found that virtually no one has a problem with this. We always offer samples just to test it, but cotton is a great product, and it also cleans pretty well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's different than cleaning nylon or wool. We can tell you about it if you want to use cotton, but it is very easily clean. Stains are fairly easily lifted off of cotton.
Just to recap so far, we've got Object Carpet from Germany, fantastic manufacturer of both commercial and residential products. We've got Benson of Denmark, who makes very unique, very strong commercial products and makes a carpet tile in wool. We have Vambasau, mostly residential, can double in commercial, light commercial, very, very durable, very unique wool colors. And we're going to go on to one more carpet mill right now called Jacaranda. These are our partners from England, very good people, fun people. Mark will tell you about this.
Jacaranda offers tensile and they offer wool. Before you say, I'm not going to use tensile product, I've had it before, it's problematic, let us tell you why ours is different. We get all of our tensile yarn from Lenzing in Austria, who makes the real thing. There's no caustic soda uses. Well, you know what, without getting buried in the details, here's what you want to know. Our product will recover from watermarks. If somebody has this in their bedroom and they jump out of the shower and run across the floor to grab their cell phone and their feet are wet, they're not going to leave yellow stains all over the carpet like you would on other tensile products. There's more tensile sold in the US than Lenzing can make. If your supplier cannot tell you that they get the yarn from Lenzing, you have an inferior product. The other thing that's very important is the density of these products. Jacaranda makes the product so dense that we can even recommend most of our tensile products for use on residential stairs. That is unique. Most people in tensile, it will flatten out most companies what they supply. It would not be able to be used on stairs. We make a product of higher density. We're very competitively priced, but you're getting more yarn packed in, so you can have more use and that most important thing, appearance retention.
And when you're talking about the products from Jacaranda, the tensile products, please note that these look and feel an awful lot like silk. They're to be treated as silk. So you don't want to eat, really, you don't want to put this under your dining room table. You want to put it where it belongs, in your bedroom, maybe in your living room in a certain area. In the right location, this is a great product. It's not indestructible for sure.
Well, it is going to stain like other tensile products will with food and spilled drinks, but it does recover from watermarks. And the other thing is, when you see this kind of product, you don't usually see bright, deep, rich colors. And because of that, this has been used in commercial projects as area rugs under cocktail tables and executive offices, etc. So even the colors that we offer make the line a little bit unique. And speaking of rugs, that's another thing that makes SUMMMIT and our suppliers unique. All of our broadloom suppliers just about will offer area rugs cut to bespoke sizes and with various trim and edge treatments. If they don't, SUMMMIT will. In one of our warehouses, we have rug making supplies, tools, and people with the proper knowledge, so we can supply rugs even if the manufacturer themselves don't. Just one more service from SUMMMIT.
Let's move on.
Okay, carpet planks. Whether you want something contemporary and modern or whether you want a traditional wood type look, we offer printed carpet planks. These are printed carpet, but rather than tiles, you have 10-inch by 40-inch planks, which can make for unique designs within a space. So that is called planks, P-L-A-N-K-X. We service that through Object Carpet. It's just one of those products that you don't see every day.
Moving on, let's talk about our cork flooring and cork wall products from Granort of Portugal.
So Granort makes lots of different floor coverings, and we've shown them before. Granort also makes wall coverings that you see every day here in our studio right behind us. This is Story Wall. Alan is showing a couple others on the images. There are also big, thick, chunky designs that can go on walls. If you really want something different and you want something that you just won't see every day, cork wall covering from Granort, check it out. You'll be impressed with all the different options that they have.
Right, and cork, as everyone knows, is a great acoustical product. It's a great warmth and comfort product. It's what we have, as Mark said, this is it right here, installed on our wall for sound dampening, and it kills some of the echo.
And it's naturally antimicrobial as well as being renewable and sustainable. Something that Granort offers is leather, and there are 5 or 6 different patterns of this leather on a cork back that's bonded at the factory level. So if you want a leather floor or a leather wall, check out the Corium collection on the website from Granort. You know, we spoke momentarily about Benson carpet, but there's something unique in one of their nylon products that we wanted to show you. This is called Randy. And when you open the book for Randy, you'll see the piece of carpet inside like you would in most other books. But here's what's really cool. When you focus in on this really, really closely, you'll see, oh, I didn't have to move. These are actually tiles. This is 4 different corners set up. This pattern, Randy, if you want a monolithic look, but you still want carpet tiles, Randy offers tiles that truly hide the seams based on the pattern. So just something a little bit different there to mention. And lastly, we wanted to
Not quite lastly. There's a couple other things I wanted to bring up.
Okay, well, getting towards the end,
We're getting there.
we wanted you to know that we offer low-profile products, and we offer them in lots of different patterns, not just rows, not just solid colors. This is Object Carpet's web art collection. That's pebbles. You have lava and volcano, which makes large circles. We have product from Benson carpet. I'm sorry, this is another Object Carpet that comes in tiles and beryllium called Web Flex. It's flexible because if you have a space that has open area and cubicles, you can follow your design theme through in a less expensive installation by rolling the carpet out in the open areas and using the tiles in the furnitured areas.
I want to mention real quickly something we didn't show today. We will at another time be a little bit, we will definitely do a program on it. It's our Fit Nice product. It's our woven vinyl tile, woven vinyl sheet goods out of Spain. Fantastic product it's very unique in terms of looks and feel. It does take a little bit to maintain it, of course, but that's a flooring. One more thing to talk about today before we sign off. We have a brand new partner called Vorwork Flooring, Vorwork Carpet. They're also out of Germany. We brought them on and have partnered with them because they have some very low profile flat weave looks, and Mark's got the book called The Exclusive Design, the Classic Design, number 1015.
We just wanted to show this one book today so you can get an idea that there are patterned low profile products. You're not going to see the room scenes the way that we're structured here in the studio, but you can find them on the configurator on the Vorwork website. And wanted you to know, when it comes to low profile woven products, we have a lot of different product to offer with a lot of different looks.
And we will be more in depth with Vorwork in the future. We're just getting started with them today. We'd like to welcome them to our family, as we do with all of our existing mills.
Yep. So we hope that today, in a brief, short segment, we've been able to walk the talk of differentiality, from the service that we offer, the speed that we take care of your requests, to the products that you just don't find anywhere else, or the variety of, say, if someone offers something in a segment that we offer, I'm sure they don't have the depth and scope of the design variety that we do. And we hope some of the things that you saw today will show you that.
So this pretty much ends episode 28. We'd like to ask you that if you have any questions or have any ideas for future shows, you can write to us at info@summit-flooring.com or call us at our toll-free number, 877-496-3566. We look forward to seeing you next week 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. Thank you again to Alan Smith. Thank you, Mark.
And one thing, any firms out there, any designers out there that want to highlight your work, as a reminder, we're always looking for future guests on the show. We've had a number of people on from the East Coast. We would love to see more people from the West Coast. So if you have a project that you were really happy with, or a project that was really difficult that you'd like to walk through a case study, give us a call. We'll set you up on a future date of Summit Live.
Thank you. Have a great day. Good day.